Hi.
Oh.
Welcome back to Chasing Channels. I'm Dee. A fun fact about me is that when I was in elementary school, another kid yelled at me to stop rapping when I was singing Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror.
Stop rapping.
Yeah, he said, stop rapping when I was singing it out loud to myself while we were playing basketball. I was like, it's Michael Jackson.
I'm so sorry.
Bex, you want to be on the podcast, Bex? What's your fun fact? Oh, is that you want to lick my hand?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, there we go. This is gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will adjust as the man behind the camera does.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, Bex is our cameraman today.
Yeah, my dog. He is laying. Yeah.
We'll just keep scooching over.
Hi. So I'm Joel. A fun fact about me is that when I was in elementary school, I collected Webkinz, and I had over 150 Webkinz.
Damn, I never got into Webkinz.
I was addicted. There was one time, I'll quickly tell a story, that I had a really bad day, and both of my parents bought me a Webkin without like
Right.
they didn't coordinate. They both did it though for me.
Fair. I don't remember if I ever asked for Webkins, but I know everyone played with them, and I was like, Club Penguin's free though.
I was gonna say, were you a Club Penguin kid?
Yeah, absolutely. Club Penguin was free,
I was
and a lot of
also-
other people were there.
I was also a Club Penguin kid. Were you a Neopets kid?
My older brother was.
Oh, Neopets was
Yeah,
my shit.
Jesse was a Neopets kid.
Yeah,
I was not.
That was my shit. Did you get the Puffles from Club Penguin? I
Yeah,
collected
not the
Puffles.
paid one. I never put money into Club Penguin.
Oh, I put money.
So my parent. Well, it wasn't my choice. It was my parents' choice, and they said that game's free. We're not putting money into it.
I said,
Which is why I don't fall for mobile games now.
I didn't
Except
put
for
money
Pokemon
into
Go.
it. No, I think the Puffles is either that or like I got like a gift card or something.
Yeah, you had to be a. There were certain Puffles you had to be like a member to get. All the ones that weren't the red and I think blue.
Yeah. Also, I changed my hair. You can't see the blue, I feel like, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can shift this back.
Yeah.
My dog moves, so now we can be like.
My hair is due to change soon.
Yeah, we're swapping colors because
Yeah.
I'm pink and blue, and you're
It
gonna
actually,
go-
I
you're
haven't
gonna go
even,
to green.
I haven't even thought about it, but looking at it now, these roots definitely need to be touched up.
Oh yeah, no.
It's
The
like
whole
my hair has grown
adventure.
this much since we dyed it.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, I did my root. It was a whole process. I looked insane.
Mm-hmm.
I had to wear a bandana and do the walk into Sally's of shame, being like, "Listen, girls, under here, it's a mess." But yeah.
So we're here to talk about another riveting episode of Survivor. Just fantastic in every way. This is what the fans want. This is what production is calling one of the greatest seasons of Survivor.
To say I was pissed at the entirety of this episode is an understatement. This was the worst episode to date of this season, not in general, but I hated this episode.
Yeah.
Bex.
Oh, Bex.
Bex is sabotaging us.
Yeah, this episode was rough. This episode is making me not like this season.
Yeah.
We'll get into it when we get fully into the episode. Because there's just so much. There's so much that happened, and not a lot of it was good.
Yeah. But
You know why Bex is sabotaging us? I know why Bex is sabotaging us. He knows that you're not subscribed. And what's the problem with that?
The problem is if you're not subscribed, you don't know when we're posting episodes because we were kind of on a consistent schedule, but now we're not.
We kind of are again. This will probably go back up on Tuesday. It'll be 3 Tuesdays
Yeah,
in
I
a row.
think
We're on
I
Tuesdays
think
now.
we're on Tuesdays now. The Friday turnaround was
Yeah.
not working for
That's
both
fine.
of us. We are busy bees.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will be significantly less busy in about a month, but yes.
Yeah. And especially it'll be exciting because we'll be actually in a space.
Yeah.
So we'll be moved in together.
Yeah, we'll have a set, hopefully. That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, our apartment, not to diverge too much from Survivor, but our apartment, and we didn't do it completely. Hello, Bex. We didn't do it completely on purpose. It's just, pink is your favorite color, and green's my favorite color, and we both really like yellow. So that's gonna be the theme of our apartment too, because it just works for both of us.
It's just the theme of us.
It's the theme of us. So, and what's reflected in our channel. So that'd be great for our. That's what we're doing for our apartment, anyways. Like color scheme and decor wise. So I feel like we could really record anywhere in our apartment, which is gonna be really fun, and we'll probably save up money to actually get good mics and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll have more time to we'll be able to
make it
you'll definitely have more time. I feel bad on my end because
you still have school.
I do school and I work full time, so I'm and I'm a parent to my child, aka my dog. But yeah, let's get into this episode, I guess. I don't even want to talk about it.
Last week on Survivor, it was the merge, but it wasn't. They all merged together, but Jeff said it's not the merge. Actually, half of you are safe and only half of you can be up to vote.
It happened again this week.
Yeah. Yeah, can we have a merge, please? Can we just have a merge?
I tweeted out, I just want a big, messy tribal council with everyone scrambling. That's what I've wanted.
I just want a tribal council with merged tribe where everyone's available to be voted for, except for whoever won individual immunity. Survivor.
Yeah. Let's get into just this episode. So after tribal, Jam Jam really thought Jam Jams is now becoming a cat with 9 lives. It wasn't Josh.
Yeah.
Now it's Jam Jam. Jam Jam's literally been a target or a person to vote out every single time, and he's gotten his way out of it. And I think he's sticking around. And I knew he was sticking around this episode because he revealed his strategy in a confessional. And I was like, winner edit type shit. But he revealed his strategy about just how he can really just charm. He's so good at charming, and it's so true. His social game is absolutely insane. He's really only loyal to Carson and Carolyn at this point, but he has made friendships and connect. Everyone loves the guy.
Right.
Yeah. How are we
feeling
about
Jam Jam? I think, especially after this episode, Jam Jam is in a very good spot.
Yeah.
I think Jam Jam's going to be able to, now that we'll get more into it, but basically the other 2 tribes are feuding with each other. Jam Jam's going to be able to sit back and be like, cool, I'll vote for whoever you need me to.
Yeah, I think those 3 Stooges, I think they're in a great spot in the middle.
Yeah, they're going to go far, I think.
They're
all together.
That's honestly smart, though, because it's there's 3 of us, and you guys need to wean down your numbers. At least keep them safe for, I feel like, at least a couple of tribals. I wouldn't say, I hope they make it deep into the game, but I can't really predict, obviously. But based off of just that kind of vibe, I think they can at least make it, I would say, a solid 2 more weeks. Pretty good. Also, we were joking with Brett about Matt's cool sweater, and I was like, I bet you Franny has worn it, and they literally showed it. And I wrote it. I was like, Franny's wearing Matt's cool sweater.
She's got the sweater.
But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah,
to shout that out. I thought one of the actually only good scenes of this episode was them trying to name the
Oh
tribe.
my gosh.
And but then again, I'm mad. You know why? Because I did want the merch tribe name to be Jam Jam.
For real. Jam
Like,
Jam Tribe.
I think if a Survivor contestant convinces everyone else to make the merge tribe name to be their name.
I mean, Malcolm convinced them to name the merge tribe as mom's
Mom's
name
name.
backwards.
Yeah, that's pretty close, but
Mhm.
Jam Jam would have been a great merge tribe name. Maybe the next the next season wouldn't have seen this season.
Mhm.
But
But it still wouldn't be the best tribe name.
Yeah.
America. America. Fuck yeah. It's just a picture of freaking Mike from Worlds Apart.
Yeah. I wrote down Brandon ruining the fun, and I don't know what that was referring to.
I think that was referring to Brandon basically letting Matt know that his idol is fake.
Oh.
Because Brandon talked about the cage idol, and Brandon said there was a real one and a fake one, and Matt was like, there was two idols in the cage.
Yeah, but
and then Matt, genius that he is, was like, huh, Danny was the one who was telling me to reach into places. He probably has the real idol.
Yeah, I mean, which makes me extra mad. I mean, I'm mad for several reasons.
Yeah.
That Matt was the casualty this episode.
Especially because at the beginning of the episode, before the challenge, at this part, the two names that are being talked about as targets are Danny and Lauren.
Yeah, but I did write down that Matt did tell Kane, because it was Kane, Jam Jam, and Brandon. I wrote this down because I knew I would need to remember. So they were all there, so they all have that information.
Gotcha.
So I still think that the Danny and Lauren are big targets going into the next couple episodes.
Definitely.
And we were talking about this with Brett last week. Why are people telling everyone everything? It's annoying.
That's like,
I know I can't keep a secret. That's why I could never do these shows. But if you're on the show, keep a secret. God damn it.
Literally. This has been a problem the past few seasons. Like, people just don't keep secrets on the island anymore.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's crazy.
Except for Carolyn. That's why she's our queen. That is why she's our queen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like the two targets before the immunity challenge are Danny, and then Danny's side wants to target Lauren because she has the extra vote, and she everyone she announced it at Tribal.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl,
everyone knows now.
Girl, I'm like, if you just kept that a secret to yourself.
Imagine being the one person who didn't know Lauren had extra vote at that tribal, and you're just like, hello? You have a what? And no one told me?
Yeah.
I know, Bex.
My dog's on the other side of the laptop, just completely slung over. He's silly. He's a silly guy.
Yeah.
And then I can't believe the immunity challenge was 10 minutes into the episode, but it was.
It was. And for timing-wise, it was a good reason.
Yeah.
Content-wise, oof.
So, as y'all know, they got split into two. And the whole deal was each tribe, whoever it's the last one standing, they get individual immunity. But whoever outlasts the other, they win immunity for their whole team. And they also get reward, and they can't vote. And I was livid. I am still livid. This is stupid. I already don't like it at the Mergatory. So why are we doing it again? Why are we doing it again, but now half of them can't vote either?
Yeah. I mean, it's good that they at least could attend Tribal. And then to top it up, just to the cherry on top, also the losing tribe goes to a different camp.
Yep.
So they're completely separated from each other, and then they don't see each other until Tribal comes.
Yep.
I would also like to point out that I believe this is the first episode Matt can vote.
Yeah, this is the first episode he could vote.
That shouldn't happen in Survivor because he's been to this would have been his third tribal council.
Yeah. And
how can you?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. How can it doesn't work? Like you didn't get to vote at all. You got to vote once in 3 tribal councils, and that third tribal council was the one after the merge.
Rigamortis, girl. But yeah, and it was even also, why are you splitting them into 2 when it's an uneven number to begin with?
Literally,
because Carson was left out. And I did see a funny tweet, and it was, "Did Carson practice picking wrong?" Because that's
right.
And he betted on the right tribe, and the people who were safe were Heidi, Kane, Carson, Carolyn, Danny, and Franny winning and beating an ex-NFL player that is Brandon.
I think you need to. She beat almost the entirety of the other team. No, she beat all but maybe one person of the other team.
The Orange tribe the Orange team was dropping, and she was holding.
Yeah.
And I honestly would have never clocked her to be a really physical player.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was always good in the challenges.
Right.
But she has that very nerdy, but I remember that she does yoga and shit. But still she was wow. And props to her. She was very proud, and she was very emotional about it. And I was so happy for her.
Right.
But it was really bittersweet because obviously her lover was on the other side.
And how silly of Matt, he forgot to bring his bag like everyone does and everyone's supposed to do to the challenges. You bring your bag that you have for your home, even though you're going right back to your home afterwards.
And I listened to Jeff's podcast, and they loved this whole idea. I was like, this is stupid. You literally fucked him over. Excuse my language. He got fucked over so bad. But Jeff did say that Matt is one of his new favorite Survivor players of all time.
So he'll be back on
season
season 45. Season 46.
I'll tell you why when we get to the moment that he specifically really likes Matt.
Yeah.
But anyways, also I was thinking about this. Matt wouldn't have even liked the reward because the reward was actually PB&J sandwiches. Hello. Oh my god. Hi everybody. Welcome to the podcast. This is Dex. This is my dog.
Hey buddy.
We're sitting on the ground. I think he's taking up the entirety of the.
He's actually only covering you. I am perfectly visible on screen. It's the Me and Beck show.
Do you have any opinions on this episode that you'd like to share? Thank you. Thank you. But anyways, he wouldn't have even liked the reward though, because there's peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yeah, there's chips and there's probably other shit. But I think I tweeted that. I was like, if Matt wins this reward, is he gonna he's not even gonna like it because he doesn't like peanut butter.
For real. Remember when they at least got meals on rewards? At this point in the game, it'd be you get 5 cheeseburgers. Where's the so much good food that it actually causes someone to get medevaced?
Where's the spaghetti?
French fries. Nice, cool glass of Mountain Dew.
So that challenge is over. We are split between the people who won in the reward, and then the ones who are vulnerable. Do you want to talk about the vulnerable ones, or
I want to talk about the fuckery of what happens with the rewards group?
Okay.
So there's they do the reward, right? It's just a reward scene, and then there's a letter they find that says, "Don't open this until everyone's done eating." Great, another advantage or idol or something. They open it. It says there's a new advantage in the bird cage. The key is hidden somewhere on this island to go. And so there was a fuck ton of keys just scattered around. And Heidi opens it. This advantage, I actually think, is my new least favorite advantage in all of Survivor.
Yeah.
This advantage gave Heidi the power at that tribal council to control someone's vote, which meant that one of the 6 people who are the only people who get to vote anyway actually don't get to vote, and instead are left to the whims of someone who wasn't even there.
I would have much rather it have been an immunity idol that she could give to someone
Yes.
on that other tribe.
That
yes,
would've
there
been
would be
better.
fewer people who could be voted out, but I think that would have been more effective.
Right.
And I think she could have then saved some. She could have saved someone
Right.
genuinely who she wanted to work with, or one of. She literally could have saved Matt because
True.
they were on the same tribe together. But then instead, it's taking away something. Like they're already in a vulnerable position.
Right. And it could have worked like all the Edge of Extinction advantages in season 40, where like it was anonymous, but you get the advantage like, hey, someone gave you this from the other camp.
That would have been really good, actually.
Yeah.
And I just.
And instead, what we got was that. And it gets worse, but I think we will get to that at Tribal Council.
Yeah, and just she was trying to weigh out all of her options, and obviously, like, Franny is like, you need to save Matt. And she was very conflicted.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I won this, but like, I know.
Yeah. And actually, Franny.
My number one is in a really vulnerable position. And Carolyn's really heartbroken.
Right.
She's scared that Jam Jam's going to go home. So it's a lot of like emotions, but they weren't thinking.
Right.
Oh my God.
And Franny and Carolyn came up with a plan that, despite them not knowing, was aligned with what Jam Jam and Matt were talking about on the other camp. And so they could have saved both of them.
Yeah. I hope, though, that means that, like, Franny and Carolyn work together in the future, because they at least are sharing similar views and paths and are thinking similar.
Right.
And I would look for that.
I could definitely see Franny being taken in by the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, Three Stooges.
Three Stooges, yeah. It's going to be a different trio name every time now.
Yeah. I was disappointed in Heidi, to say the least, and I get further disappointed.
Yeah, I was wondering why we haven't seen her make any significant game decisions, because this is what a Heidi significant game decision is.
Anyways, we're gonna switch gears and talk about the vulnerable ones at the old Soka camp. And Jam Jam and Matt know they're in deep shit, because the other three people are all original Ratu. So they're like, well, they're voting together, especially like Brandon and Lauren confirmed locked. I was skeptical last episode when we were talking, because I was like, oh, like, I don't know if they're like confirmed together, but they've been together, but they're like a confirmed duo, which is good for Lauren's game because Brandon is a really good meat shield. But Lauren has a target because she has the extra vote advantage that everybody knows about.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamie is with them and voting with them. Personally, I think Jamie should. I mean, this is me being like biased because I didn't want either Matt or Jam Jam to go home like at all. But I think it would have been better for Jamie's game to flip and go with them.
Right.
What do you think of that?
I think it's interesting because in their eyes, in the perception of the people on the island, Jamie has an idol.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is huge. Jamie, I don't feel like is in a position where she would need to make that big of a move at this moment, because I feel like she is, even if she is more towards the bottom of that group with her old tribe, she still, in her mind, has a way to protect herself.
Yeah. I mean, I just think if she wanted to do a big move, that would have been her time to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like because there was less people,
mm-hmm.
and she could kind of make the big move
Right.
And I feel like she could have made that big move and faded. I'll make that argument.
You know,
Because I feel like there's bigger targets than her still, even if she made that move. Because like also that would have appeased um the other majority alliance. Yes, she would have been turning on her other ones,
Mhm.
but she would have been in a bigger block of
Right.
like number, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
But yeah, I also wrote down, and I totally forgot about this, that Jam Jam mentions to Lauren that Danny's targeting her.
Oh yeah.
To try and appease them, which I thought was a really smart
Yeah.
strategic move on Jam Jam's part.
Because that's going to be really good for him. Maybe not now, because they might be sticking together for now. But once their tribe is sort of left chilling,
Mhm.
then Danny and Lauren start going at each other instead of at Jam Jam.
And then there was discussion, like Jam Jam and Matt went off together,
Yeah.
and they were like, "We should vote together, and try and get them."
Right.
And then they
They made the correct assumption that they would probably try to split the vote.
And that would have been. I was really, really hoping for that to happen,
Mhm.
and I really thought that was going to happen before Tribal started. And then Tribal started, and I was like, "Oh no, that's not. This is not how it's going to go." And but before Tribal, I genuinely thought that Lauren was going to go home. But then a couple minutes of Tribal, I was like, well, Lauren's safe.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Which that was really disappointing for me.
Yeah. Also, Jeff was at his probably his most Jeff this tribal council too. I feel.
Yeah.
The energy was very new Survivor. This tribal council.
Yeah.
Where like even the gameplay wasn't really about the players.
Yeah.
The gameplay was about what cool tricks did Jeff pull out of the box of tricks this week.
I feel like Jeff played a little RuPaul like Inner Saboteur type deal.
Yeah.
And this is when he and on his podcast, because he was talking about how he remembered being at that tribal when Matt was talking about his social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And him remembering like, wow, this is gonna touch like a lot of people. And he was like, Matt is one of my favorite people to play because he talked about that and he really did challenge himself. And it is a nightmare if you have social anxiety to throw yourself into that much unknown with strangers into those elements
Mm-hmm.
and with paranoia. Like that's some social anxiety hellscape right there. So, and I thought that was like important. We haven't really had a like emotional tribal. So
Yeah.
I think it was nice.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of like funny, entertaining tribals.
Right.
So I thought it was I mean, yeah, we had Carolyn crying, but like I feel like Carolyn cries like every episode, so it's like not it's just her, you know?
Right.
But, you know, bringing up personal stuff, and then the biggest Jeff Probst acting like RuPaul moment was when he was like, "So, do you use humor?"
I died.
I was like, Jeff Probst.
Jeff.
Jeff Probst.
Jeff pulled out the long couch and said, "Jam Jam, sit down."
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I thought that was important too.
Right.
Yeah. And it was just really, really emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to like jump through the screen and give Matt a hug.
Yeah.
Because he like immediately started crying. And I think that him and Franny like genuinely love each other.
Yes.
There's no way. They
Mm-hmm.
love each other. And that was heart-wrenching. You know that we support the showmance. Haven't been really following how anyone else feels about it. And I don't care how anyone else feels about it because I will feel the way I feel. I don't care about it. But sometimes I don't care about I care about it, but I'm like, whatever. You know?
I genuinely don't think Matt would have been able to make it as far for it being his first time on Survivor without having met Franny. Legitimately.
Yeah, because he didn't have that vote.
Yeah, he didn't have like at least the one person that he felt comfortable with.
Yeah. No, that was heartbreaking. And then after all the emotions, it's like, okay, it's time to vote.
Jeff.
And then Heidi interrupts, and I'm trying to. Oh yeah, she took.
Heidi took Lauren's vote, and one of Lauren's votes.
Yeah.
One of Lauren's votes. Lauren clarified one of Lauren's votes, and put it on Jam Jam.
Because if she literally said Lauren, Matt and Jam Jam would have written down Lauren 100. They would have looked at each other and been like, okay, we can get Lauren out right now. And that would have appeased, I feel like that would have appeased so many more people. And that would have really flipped Ratu to be on the bottom of this merged tribe dynamic.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen because Heidi decided to just, I don't know.
Heidi went into business for herself.
And I just don't.
And I don't know what that does for her game,
Also, she literally was like, I wanted to work. I thought she wanted to work with Jam Jam. That's what I was so confused about. But I think she really wanted to appease. She
said her logic was if she chose Jam Jam, she'd piss off Carol. And if she chose Matt, she'd piss off a couple people.
Yeah. But if she chose Lauren,
you could have saved the people that your side was asking you to save.
And you could have gained more with the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
I thought this was a really, really poor choice.
This episode,
on Heidi's part.
Yeah, Heidi's game stock plummeted this game. Probably to one of the bottom levels, honestly, just because her move isn't really going to benefit a lot of people in the long. It didn't matter, actually. Her move didn't matter because Matt went home anyways.
Yeah. Can we also talk about Matt just holding a papaya?
Matt tried everything he could. He brought a papaya to. If he tried to bargain like Angelina wanted rice, I would have given him the $1 million right then.
Yeah. And Matt sadly gets voted out, which means
not fair.
Which means I don't have a fantasy team anymore. Which I'm okay with, which means next season there's no possible way I could do worse.
That's true.
There's actually no possible way because
of your 4 picks, all 6 of them went home.
We're just gonna choose the most generic, blandest ass people next season, and they'll at least make it to the fucking merge.
It's true. Under the radar sometimes just means you don't do much.
If you're on a tribal that's winning immunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the episode. I don't remember anything from the preview. I wrote preview and underlined it and then wrote nothing.
Next week they did preview that there will be an episode of Survivor. They teased a challenge and they also teased that someone would go home.
Are you sure?
I'm actually trying to remember if there's Carson his health is taking a decline is what was in the preview. That's all I remember. It's Carson in the bushes.
Okay, I'll have to skip over probably that.
Yeah.
I don't do too well with those types of things. The eating challenges, I would have to skip through a lot of them. But they should have an eating challenge this season because Jamie will kill it because she ate worms. Let's not forget.
Danny ate paper, so he might also kill the challenge.
But they probably won't do that.
Is this the season where people have eaten the most weird things out of their own free will as opposed to because of a challenge?
I mean, there's been a lot of weird
stuff. Season, some random person's like, I'm going to eat a bug on Survivor. Wow, it's a bug.
I mean, they ate termites in Gabon. And then they fucking killed a whole ass pig on Australian Survivor.
That's right. That was a whole thing.
And Redacted, put the pig blood on him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then Kimmy went ape shit.
Understand. I would too. And it is because I'm a crazy.
Mhm.
Sorry, I realized
I
that
noticed that earlier.
I have
Yeah, your
my
ball went
my
missing.
my ball dropped. My ball dropped. That's
Damn.
why I hate wearing these. Side tangent. I realized, so I didn't know this, but I technically can't have my septum pierced at work, which I never knew that. So I have to wear this because I can flip it up. But I'll just find. Um, I hate them though because the ball always falls out. So I'm gonna flip it up. They're made there, so which probably won't be much longer.
Right.
But yeah,
But yeah, side tangent because eventually we'll talk about this show too. But for a little bit, do you also want to talk about last night's Drag Race finale?
yes. Um, Jinx Monsoon was one of my favorite performances of the night. Sasha Colby won with as soon as she entered for her number,
Yeah.
but she was being carried.
I mean, let's be real. Sasha Colby won when the cast announcement went out.
Yeah, I think Anitra did hold her own. I don't think out of the four, like, I don't think she had the best performance though out of the four songs. I think it was just, I just don't like, sorry. I just don't like when it's like, if you already have a predetermined top two, just don't. I get you have to like
Yeah.
fill it, but it's like, I don't just have like,
I would actually rather them just do lip sync battles and lie about the winner than spend 40 minutes waiting for them to say who the top two is.
I also wish that their songs, like, they could record the lyrics and do their own original songs. That would improve it so much.
And
Instead
it would
of
make
them-
it fair.
Yeah. Because, no, because, like, imagine, like, Lux literally records. Her song would have been
Yeah.
so good. And it wasn't, I liked her song. Like, they all
would have been
proven
better.
their songs would have been better. Like, I think, like, if they can help, like, I'm assuming help wrote the lyrics, but even if it was those same songs that they did, but they just got to sing them, it would have
Right.
been 10 times better. But sometimes I just feel like it's
No.
rigged.
And yeah, no, because when
yeah.
they do it like that, they can make like I will like song wise, Sasha Colby's was the best by far of the night.
Oh yeah.
Like you could not do a lot with really any of the other three, and Sasha's was honestly what Anitra's should have been.
I feel like Anitra's song was the worst.
Yeah.
Um,
It feels like they tried to make it connected to the person, but also none of the songs were really like, besides Goddess for Sasha Colby, none of the songs were like actually related to the
I'm
queen.
surprised, like, Mistress's song, like, I thought it was funny that
Right.
she was talking about drag delusion or whatever, but I was like, oh, well, Mistress's song is going to be heavyweight champ.
Right. Actually, I think I liked Lux's song the least.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it.
It was very,
It's giving fashion.
it was very, Naomi Smalls.
I was gonna say it's very, oh my god, shoes.
Yeah, that was a cultural reset though, so I guess you really can't top that.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jinx performed.
Mhm.
Orville Peck performed. I love Orville
Yep.
Peck.
And Leland.
I don't care about Leland. I only care about Orville. And
Bob Mackie got the Giving Us Lifetime Achievement Award.
Princess Poppy was giving iconic
Yep.
reaction.
Petunia was there.
Petunia was there.
Spice was moving her seat to be next to whoever
that
was
wasn't what
part of
happened.
the family.
No, that wasn't what was happening.
I'm choosing to think that's what happened. I'm choosing to think after every family segment, Spice went.
No, that's not what happened.
Okay.
It was like an okay finale. I wasn't.
There was no like huge gags.
I mean, the final lip sync was good.
Yeah, the final lip sync was
Okay,
very
no, when Sasha just like did the thing and then was practically naked
Oh,
on
yeah.
stage, I literally said we were at a friend's. We did a fantasy league with them, and I did much better in that one. Did not win, but I did much better in
And
that
I
one.
also did in that one.
Yeah. You did not do the worst.
No, I did not do the worst. I certainly did in that fantasy league.
Yes. And we were watching with them, and where was I going? Oh, I said out loud, I was like, Sasha Colby is my sexuality. Because she did the thing. and her body, she was practically just naked on
Right.
stage, and I was like, now this.
I don't remember if I
Yes.
said it before or after, but I said, I wonder, she can't have anything on under this dress. And it turned out she didn't.
She didn't.
I knew in the back of my mind that Sasha Colby was going to be naked by the time the finale was over. That's kind of what Sasha Colby does. She ends up naked by the time her performance is over.
Yeah. We didn't like that she did the huge coat reveal, like, as soon as the song began.
I'm not a reveal at the beginning person.
But I do like this lip sync song choice. This
Right.
song hasn't been done since season 3 when Alexis Mateo did it against Stacey Lee Matthews, which that is a great lip sync.
Right.
Alexis killed
Mhm.
it. But I'm glad that they like resurfaced like the classics per se. I loved the ribbon thing from Anitra.
Oh,
I
yeah, the heart
Loved
ribbon.
that. I have a
Mhm.
concept for when I will do a drag performance. I will at least do one drag performance, and this drag performance is going to be to Jar of Hearts by Christina Perry. And I whispered to you, and I go, I need to know how she did that. So I need it for my thing, but I would do it
Right.
different, a little bit different. But yeah, but it was an okay finale.
Yeah.
I wasn't like finales, like they're not entertaining
Yeah.
to me, but Jinx's performance was the most, and this is a tried and true queen. She did not do any gimmick. Well, but that's different. She stood there and she sang, and not
Gorgeous.
not
You call that a park and bark.
it was, and I thought it was so sentimental that
Yeah.
Rue brought
Rue
up
showed
the clip. I was like,
That made me cry.
I didn't cry because, well, I won't get into it, but I just didn't cry. But it was a good moment.
Hello.
But yeah, that was the finale. But we'll be, um, I guess like as just a little thing, like
Yeah.
we're after Survivor, which I mean, we
Yeah.
still got a whole lot of this
Yeah.
season. We will be doing Drag Race. Are we going to be doing All Stars 8?
Well, here, if we're doing All Stars 8, we would probably either have to do that and Survivor at the same time, which by the time All Stars starts, for me, is possible.
Okay, so
Because All Stars starts May, like after I'm done with school.
yeah, our plan is to just do US because there's so much Drag Race.
Yeah.
But we plan to do US seasons, not the versus the world, but like US All Stars
Right.
and US regular season.
Yeah.
And Dragula.
Yes. And when they do it global All Stars, because I think that's US based.
Yeah, we can.
Oh no, that's UK based, isn't it? Never mind.
Yeah, but
Never mind.
that's what we'll plan to do because
Right.
I think that will match with the schedule. It's going to be a little chaotic come Dragula season because it won't line up with any US season, but it will line up with Survivor.
Yes.
But we'll be ready and prepared at that point.
And when there's
to
not,
do so.
and when there's neither of those shows airing, you'll get some fun stuff.
Yeah, we'll probably be ranking random shit.
Yeah, or like rewatching stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
We could do episodes where we each bring like a episode of a show to talk about that we have the other watch.
I love that.
Fun idea.
Yeah, I love that.
I'll make you watch some very terrible episodes of television.
You can make me watch Young Sheldon.
I'm actually gonna make you watch the Scott's Tots episode of The Office. If you've never seen The Office, the Scott's Tots episode is the worst of the worst.
I've barely seen The Office.
Scott's Tots makes you cringe for real.
Oh boy.
But what makes you cringe for real?
Hopefully
That's
not
for you.
us.
Let us know in the comments below. And you must have subscribed because Bex is asleep by now. But I mean,
He'll lick you to death.
yeah. You should make sure you subscribed.
He'll lick you to death, and I was gonna lie and be like, he'll take you down because he's huge, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But he will lick you to death. Know that.
For real. Alrighty. That's it from us.